I'm Jack Steele, the retired Dean of the Graduate and Undergraduate School of Business at the University of Southern California, Los Angeles, California. Thank you for including me in your 35th year celebration. However, at my age, going to ballet for breakfast is a little much. Many of you were not here when IBEAR was founded. You probably never met me, and since I've been retired for a number of years. I was honored to receive your invitation, and it is my pleasure to address you briefly. IBEAR was the brainchild of Roy Herberger, who at that time was the Associate Dean of the Business School. He has always been interested in the international part of it, and it was his idea to have a program that would represent that. He recruited Yoshi Sano, who was multicultural, and he turned out to be a very good administrator also. My help was buying in on it, and supporting it, and it was also then became part of my budget. Well, the administration was not particularly thrilled. They were not internationally oriented at all at that time. Most schools were Europe-oriented, Eurocentric, and their programs were there, and very few, if any, were into the Pacific Rim. But their concern is money. Who's going to pay for this program? And we recruited companies, and then they chose one of their employees to come, and they paid all his or her expenses. I had to convince all the faculty, because in universities you don't do much without faculty's approval. I think we had a little unique problem because it was international, and that wasn't a big priority. Faculty, business faculty particularly, were very U.S. oriented. This gives them another opportunity for teaching subjects that are not normally taught, and also research opportunities. That means that they get funds for that, and it opened up new sources of funds. The basic curriculum was the same, but there'd be the emphasis on the business background and the economic background of their countries more than in the regular MBA. But then the other thing was that their research would be on their own companies. Mm-hmm. And some of that was just case method, that they would write cases, and in some cases that had some very interesting research going on, it would be about that. Okay. We were, and we still are, the source of education for foreign businesses. Mm-hmm. And therefore, by having IBEAR associated with the business school, it enriched their program, but it also enriched ours. The world was becoming international, whether they liked it or not, and they knew good and well that their programs locally are very local, and I think that it helped them in the short run, but particularly in the long run, of having somebody in their faculty that knows what international business is and what it is differently than in their own country. They got to know counterparts in other companies that was a good contact, either for potential jobs or the fact of research or the fact of getting to know other people in their countries. But business was spread by business people, and I think that a country that's not keeping up with that realization is hurting whatever their company is, and hurting our country, because we are internationally involved and connected with every other part of the world. And I'm so happy that this program has grown as it has in the last 35 years. And you all are very important to be part of now, but to make sure it goes on. I wish you every success in the future, and I know you're up to the job.